Well, I'm here in my band room, just going over the events in just even the last few hours and just trying to recount things that have happened since Friday the 13th in March. We were wondering what is going on. And we left on Friday the 13th and didn't come back to school. I thought, maybe we'll be back in a few weeks. Maybe this corona thing will subside and be gone in a few weeks. And it didn't happen. We were just wondering, what is going on? What happened? So then we began our processes of thinking about all the things that we were losing, the things that we weren't able to do, our concerts, our end of the year awards. We were worried about graduation and the band. We didn't get to play for that. We haven't been together. And we were able to do some of those things online and at a distance. But we had to mourn the loss of the fact that we couldn't tell our students bye. The last time we saw them was that Friday the 13th. In that setting, that was the last time, so that was tough. Summer came along and, just trying to stay in contact with our kids and getting ready for band camp. And the stay-at-home order changed to phase 1. And we imagined that came about fairly quickly in retrospect. And we were hoping phase 2 would come quickly, and maybe not quick enough, but it did come. And then as we were looking at the beginning of the school year for our band camp, we were really thinking and hoping that phase 3 would be around. And of course that didn't materialize. So the things we planned for in phase 2 were too restrictive. So we had to let those things go, and that was difficult to not have done band camp at all. After 24 years of teaching, it was weird to be staying at home. It was hard to stomach. I just was wondering, what happened? So as school approached and we weren't in phase 3, we had to start school in a blended environment, which is tough to say the least, but we did it. Our restrictions were, you can't play inside, but you can play outside. So I relished the fact that at least we could play instruments outside. At least we were getting back together. And I looked forward to phase 3 when we could play inside, when we could get back the things that we really enjoy. In just the last few hours, we were notified that we can't play inside in phase 3, that things changed. What happened? What happened? I'm understanding that it's because band and choirs are considered part of a super spreader, that we can help super spread the virus. And so I thought, wow, what happened? Are we talking about an event that happened in March when we weren't socially distancing, when we actually were still in school, shoulder to shoulder, high-fiving and enjoying our music inside? And in one fell swoop, it was gone. What happened? Are we talking about the event of that choir in Washington? That super spreader? This is what we're talking about? When they spent that time together, they didn't know what the coronavirus was. They weren't wearing masks. They weren't using hand sanitizers on their hands when they came in and out of the building. They weren't disinfecting surfaces with Bioesk cleaner or baby wipes wiping down chairs and music stands. They weren't doing that. What happened? We rolled out the plan of the phases. We were going to be able to play music inside, socially distanced. What happened? You can see my room. It's appropriately social distanced. I've got the appropriate separator in between per Louisiana guidelines, so I can have 50 on one side and 50 on the other. In phase two, of course, it was only 25 on one side, but you know what? We did that too. You know, we're keeping track of the studies that are happening now, the preliminary studies that at some point will be peer-reviewed, but you know, the results that are coming out are telling us that playing with instruments that are masked helps. So what are we doing? We're masking our instruments and playing because it's been shown to help. What happened? What changed? September 15th, everything changed for band. Just a few days earlier, football began to have contact, to tackle, and so on and so forth. You know, we were lumped in with that, with the dangerous / contact sports. That put us playing in phase 3. Football starts now on September 25th. And we have been changed. Our requirements have changed. And now we can't play inside. Now it's unsafe to play socially distanced inside with instruments that are masked. This is 7.5 feet apart. My ceiling has 3 times my room has 3 times the cubic volume of a normal classroom. We can appropriately social distance, but we can't play inside. What happened? I guess I missed the news that was telling me that schools are starting to shut down because bands are playing and choirs are singing and theater groups are starting to perform and it's super duper spreading things. I missed that. What happened? We want to be able to play music inside. We can be socially distanced. We can mask the instruments. We're hand sanitizing and bioesking and baby wiping everything. And we just want to play music now. What happened? Why did it change?